one more time.
Probably last time.
Probably the last time. I'm one of those never say never kinds, but probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I don't know. Check back with me in another 5 to 10 years. But ultimately, there were a lot of things in Buu that we wanted to cover. Like one of my single greatest regrets about like not going into there full is I really wanted to cover Vegeta's midlife crisis. The whole idea of him just kind of giving up on fighting because like his reason for getting stronger, for improving kind of left. Like he has nothing to prove about this shit anymore. And then all of a sudden, his buddy comes back into the picture and every single toxic thing about him comes boiling back to the surface.
It is really funny. The reemergence of Goku kind of, I wouldn't say ruins Vegeta as a character.
He's that high school friend. Like the movie I think about is The World's End, where Simon Pegg's character just comes back in and it's like, hey guys, we gotta go do the mile. He's like, oh shit, fuck, oh well, whatever.
Funny enough, when it comes to the Buu Saga, like you're not wrong. There was a lot of stuff that we wanted to cover. We had a bunch of jokes, a lot of ideas.
A lot of which ended up in here.
Yes, like I think a grand majority of the jokes we initially like had come up with or had like.
There were a few that were augmented, shifted around, some that were kind of dropped just because they aged poorly.
Yeah, one of the biggest ones for me was Gohan. My big thing was that I wanted to write for Gohan specifically because all of the stuff with him at the high school, I think could have potentially been way more interesting. You know, in terms of like
the actual slice of life aspect of it.
Yeah, because look. Our show got very dialogue heavy. Like, we loved the conversations, we loved the back and forth.
We loved working with the characters, hence the spiritual successor to DBZA being kind of the shorts and Hiffle, which is all basically that.
Yeah, so when I was told, hey, you have an opportunity to write for Gohan in high school with a bunch of new characters, that was very exciting for me, but obviously that never really materialized the way that we had planned on. So when we got the opportunity to do this...
Yeah, when Mark approached you, because he was doing his retrospective on the whole series, he was like, hey, did you guys ever have anything for Buu that you wanted to... You had the conversation, you go ahead and...
Specifically what he did was he came to me and he asked me, hey, I was hoping that we could do Vegeta's sacrifice with you guys, and he very specifically wanted NDBNU Best Buddy. Which,
yeah, that was something that a fan had posted a long time ago. It's a good scene. It is not the direction I would have gone, and I had arguments with this man about that.
We'll talk about that when we get to it. But the whole thing started because Mark came to me. He wanted that scene specifically, and then my brain got working, and just like it always does, I decided to give myself way more work.
Yeah, you were like, what if we gave you more?
And first I was like, hey, we'll give you a couple of big scenes.
Yeah, you know, cover the big moments, the Gotenks, the Vegito.
The Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, as soon as like this idea got passed around, I was like, no, we got ideas for a few more things, and we have this folder full of, you know, like this file full of jokes that we never got a chance to implement, and ultimately this kind of slowly became almost kind of like a bit of closure on the series for us. To some extent or another. Whether or not it's like completely creatively fulfilling as closure is up in the air for me personally, but...
No, that's fair. And look, for me, this isn't all that... In terms of creative closure, it's not exactly what we wanted. I can't truly look at this and say like, yeah, that got all of it out. But what I will say is that for me, as somebody who knew that DBZA like was not going to continue, it got to the point in my mind where I'm like, there's no way we pick the show back up. At least with this, we did get some of the jokes out there, some of the jokes that I really wanted out there. And ultimately, I'm glad it exists. I'm glad that we did this. I'm glad that we worked with Mark.
And it was a good way to celebrate our 15th year.
Yeah.
It like, you know, kind of put a cap on it.
I am a proponent of perfection is the enemy of good. And I'm glad this exists. I'm glad we made this. It's, for me, it does provide closure. Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, we had a couple of long conversations about that. I wanted something that was like a little bit more narratively bridging, something more along the lines of like the X minutes, but in order to make that happen, because since this was under the constraint of making the, you know, scenes for Mark for his video, there was a timetable there.
Yeah.
And we got, you know, everybody came back to record.
Yeah.
Bless them. Everybody out there who's doing all this amazing, like, pro in the industry work came back to voice these characters. We love all of you, and thank you so much. When it came time to figure out, could we make some, like, narrative bridges here to, like, when we post it, have something that's a little bit more narratively fulfilling. At that point, it's like, okay, like, I don't think we can, like, not all of them were able to come back at that point. It's like, we did this, get it.
So, which is all to say, Buu Bits. It's the only version of the Buu Saga we're probably ever going to do. So, we hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoy us going back through it and talking about it.
The following is a fan-based parody. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super are all owned by Funimation.
I had to do the opening like this.
Oh, of course.
And Akira Toriyama. Please support.
Was it surreal going back and doing that one more time?
I'm doing this too.
Yeah. Already pausing, because some people were like, what happened to Chala? This was the intro for Buu.
Wait, did anybody ask that?
Yeah, some people did.
Okay, that's weird. Yeah, We Gotta Power was the second opening for Dragon Ball Z. I would have loved probably more openings and more closings, because nowadays you can't go like more than 26 episodes.
No, every arc needs its own special thing.
But yeah, this is the second opening. Weaker than Chala Head Chala for me. But still pretty all right. For me, it's like
Chala had a lot of staying power, but that's why this is the opening for this, and also why the Dragon shorts, which takes place between Cell and Buu, have kind of the combination between the two as their theme.
Yes, which our music guy put together masterfully. Great work.
Which we might go through and like talk about some of those if there's general interest for that as well.
Yeah, actually, that might be kind of fun, especially with the latest one with Krillin and 18. If y'all haven't seen it yet, definitely watch the latest Dragon short. It is one of the cutest things that we've ever written, in my opinion.
We have a lot of fun with the slice of life stuff.
Especially 18 and Krillin. They're such a fun couple to write for.
I admittedly have a lot to say about that in terms of my own perspective on that particular episode.
Yep.
But enough about that. Now, originally, like these are going to be between every clip, and they are kind of like, they do serve as a bridge. But you went through and you made a thumbnail for each and every one of these. My pitch for this was just going to be like let's have like one of those 90s Dragon Ball Z title card. Which could have worked, but then you went the extra mile, you fucking insane person.
Yeah, and the worst part is that I kind of ended up remaking half of them because initially I tried to find as much existing rendered art, like modern art, that I could of these characters in certain scenes. But it got to the point where it became so inconsistent that I could not find, I couldn't find rendered, like, modern art of this scene.
Right.
I had to use shots from the actual episode. But then I had these other thumbnails where it's like all rendered art and it looked weird and inconsistent. So I just cut that back, and basically like 95% of these now are shots from the episode that I've modified to look good for a thumbnail.
Yeah. Here we go, our first chance. Oh, and to address the sliding thing.
Yeah, the sliding footage.
Purely to avoid copyright, to make sure that it wouldn't get taken down.
Yeah, just
most people guessed that. You're right.
Yeah, didn't want to deal with that. I'm sorry. I know it's a little distracting at first. Most people said, "Hey, I got used to it after a while." I know it's a little distracting. I'm very sorry. YouTube, blame them.
Don't blame. We're throwing around a lot of stupid ideas. Like, why don't we just have all those paint mixing things at the bottom? It just
yeah.
Go full talk.
Is it Subway Surfer? I can't remember.
Yeah, fucking shit.
Sorry, it's just that the Venn diagram of supply chains for prison and school cafeterias is basically a circle.
Thanks, Mom. You're the best.
And sorry you have to travel 600 miles to school.
It's all right. I've got the coolest ride in my grade. Nimbus! Later, Mom.
He's right, though. Boy rides a cloud.
Listen to your teachers, and remember, all women are liars, and you'll always be my baby, and you'll never grow up. When can I go to school? When your father comes home.
Got him.
Fun fact, that joke wasn't initially in the script.
No, that was one of the ones that you and I, that was one you just kind of threw in there. It's like, Okay.
Everyone quoted that immediately afterwards, so I was
When
very
your
happy.
father comes home.
I'm very happy sometimes because there will sometimes just be a joke in the edit that ends up like being a bigger part of the episode than some of the stuff that we actually put in the initial script, which is always really, it makes me happy because I'm technically responsible for that. I would really hate for me to be like, hey, I put this joke in and for it to fall in its fucking face.
Yeah.
Also, something you might notice, and this is really neat. So, Totally Not Mark has a team, basically.
Oh, yeah. Are you going to talk about the color correction
yes.
here? Because I know he posted like a short or a TikTok explaining it.
Yeah, actually, go ahead and go check out Totally Not Mark's short on it. He talks about it more in depth, but he's got a group of people who color corrected all of the footage here to make it look genuinely better than any publicly available source of Dragon Ball, specifically the Buu Saga. It's really good.
Which I imagine is easier to do on like a bit-by-bit basis than it would be on a whole release, but...
Yeah. They cracked this stuff out fast. They were on top of that. It was really impressive.
Yeah, the color correction is fucking clean.
Yeah.
Between putting out fires
and there's Mark himself.
Yep.
This is actually just a bit from his video that we decided to incorporate as like the newscaster, isn't it?
No. We wrote this and then we had to record it. Yeah.
And that hero's name is
the Great Saiyaman.
Oh my god, is the part of his name? What is he, a rapper?
It is.
Sharpener.
Sharpener? Okay.
Sharpener's, like, from what I recall, and this was more recent than any previous commentary we've done, his entire personality came from the, I think it's pretty cool. Of course you do. You're hill folk.
You're hill folk.
And then you said it in that voice. It's like, okay, that's him. We ride that now.
To be fair, we had planned on like flamboyant Sharpener for years.
Did we?
No.
I don't remember that specifically.
No, that was something that we thought about early on. Because I remember specifically because before we even started the commentaries, I had this joke in my head. It's like, oh my god, he's dressed like Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. No, don't worry. I know you people don't have money. It's fine. And so when it came to Sharpener, the entire joke here, obviously, is that in the original show,
he's this big, like, alpha male bully type.
Yeah, he's the alpha male. He's kind of a jock. He's an asshole.
He tries to be like a bully to Gohan, kind of.
And so it was so much funnier to us to instead just kind of make him a sassy gay. Which, honestly, I loved playing that. I know a lot of people will talk about, like, stereotypes and whatnot, but sassy gay people exist. They exist. They have fun. And
it plays out really well with the dynamic of these characters, too.
Yeah.
Like, he can still be sassy and mean, but it's, like, less of a, oh, I'm better than you, nerd, kind of thing, and more of like, oh, you.
Because then one of the things that you see is that he's kind of being a little bit of a shithead at times, but he's also not being actively, like, aggressive about it. He's not trying to make Gohan actually feel bad. He's just being him.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I had a lot of fun with the character. I'm glad people seem to like him because I was... Like, I won't lie. There's sometimes where I'm like, man, I wish I had more characters who got quoted in this show.
I was just very proud of of course you do, you're hill folk.
Oh yeah, you came up with that line.
It's a weird name for a superhero.
I think it's kind of cool.
Of course you do.
You're hill folk.
Yeah.
Hirasa, he knows I love him.
Gohan, you know I love you.
I guess.
Okay.
He's a menace. A superhuman wannabe hero enforcing his justice on my city. Unlike you, who enforces your justice on your dad's city. I'm different. He's working outside of the law. I work with the police.
Oh, and that makes you the good guy.
What does that mean?
It means you're my favorite Nepo baby Videl, and I love you.
Hold on. So, first of all, I want to talk about Videl's voice actress, and I've got to check out the cast list because it's been a while. So, Katie Johnson played Videl. And initially, we actually, in the only clip that we'd ever done beforehand, it was Sarah Williams. Mm-hmm. She's doing a lot of other stuff. We probably can't get her back. Also, we were trying to think.
Also, Videl's older, and
yeah. So we ended up going to Katie Johnson. Katie, phenomenal performance. Just absolutely one of the best. Like, I love Katie. Her whole approach to the character is very warm, very natural. It sounds very age appropriate. Ryan Palmer as Gohan. I have worked with him on a couple of the X Minutes. Mm-hmm. He's Deku. he's stupendous.
Which is kind of funny.
Yes, it
because
is. It's very-
in the flash forward sequence in Super Android 13, we did have Justin Briner play Goku for that one scene. So
That's right.
okay, that's funny that you would do that.
Yes, Justin Briner played our Teen Gohan for one scene in Android 13, and then got replaced by the person we use as Deku in our X-Minutes shorts. So, by the way, shout out to Briner. Great actor, phenomenal guy, got big and busy. So we're happy for him. Like, honestly, no hard feelings. Good for you, man. But yeah, Ryan Palmer doing wonders as Gohan here.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted a Gohan that sounded a little bit nerdy, a little bit high-pitched, something that kind of felt like it was an inheritance of Goku in a way.
Right.
And we actually thought about using Masako, but there was a part of me that also wanted Gohan to
Him
be
doing an aged-up Gohan might sound a little like, I think it sounded a little too much like Goku.
Yeah.
Hang on, Piccolo. I think I've got a new trick up my sleeve.
You do?
You might want to stand back. It's a beast of a trick.
And for me, it wasn't a matter of can he act the part. He could act the part, no
absolutely.
problem. But I also, and this is really important for me, I don't love Nozawa playing all of the Son family because it really makes them feel like less their own characters. And so for me, it was actually important that Gohan have his own voice, like literally and metaphorically.
Right.
So, but yeah.
So I can't use the helmet for the tournament. Can you come up with a workaround?
Think you can pull off a do-rag?
I mean, I can try. So, what do you think, Trunks?
I think if I'm honest, Mom will ground me. Probably.
Also a good time to point out that between Goten and Trunks, we had their mothers' voice actresses play them.
Yep. Megami 33 plays Bulma and Trunks.
Yeah, and Hamilnik plays Chi-Chi and Goten.
Yep. Actually, I played around a little bit with them switching because I thought that would have been fun as well. Like, oh, what if the moms played the opposite kids? And ultimately, I think that could have worked, but honestly,
like this really works.
Yeah, I think they really found the.
I think
voices.
Megami makes a great Trunks.
Yeah.
Well, if it isn't the great Saiyaman gracing us with his presence.
I'm back, bitches!
Having fun using our name for your stupid superhero bullshit.
By the way, you could really tell that the color correction's hitting different. Like, the skin tone here was originally way more red.
Yeah, he looked pink.
Yeah.
Vegeta, did you take out the trash like I asked?
Why? We have slaves for that.
Stop calling them slaves.
Fine.
Interns!
Thank you.
Hey, Vegeta.
You can tell that's a source of an argument every now and again.
Yep.
Why? So I can beat up a bunch of weaklings for money? I'm already rich and I've got nothing to prove.
What if I was
Pull
there?
that out. That's fine.
Oh no, the voices are back.
No, I'm real. Hey, King Kai, am I real? Oh yeah, no, I'm real.
Not according to that court-ordered quack!
Actually, I hear him too.
What the hell?
Heaven, actually.
I love the idea of Vegeta being ordered into court order therapy. Just like he had an outburst, and just all of a sudden was like, no, you need therapy.
I am so proud of our audience because I was really worried that when we said court-ordered quack, no one was going to get that was a therapist.
I knew people would pick up on that. I had faith in you.
And I didn't. I didn't. I had no faith.
So now you know who you want to spend weekends with, is all I'm saying. You know.
Oh, please! You are always that guy.
I am that
guy.
guy.
Yeah, you have never not been that guy. They're so cute.
So then, great Saiyaman, what's your story?
I'm just a small town boy with alien blood looking to make a difference. You?
An agent of justice, cleaning up the city and fighting against the filth that took my mother from me.
Okay.
The medical system.
So first thing, this dynamic was one that I'd wanted to do forever.
Oh yeah, the idea of the Boy Scout and the hard edge vigilante Batman Superman.
Yeah. This, in fact, I tried not to use any copyrighted music outside of the Dragonball soundtracks. And initially, I literally had Superman music and Batman music from the respective 1990s animated series. And then I went to Ein and I said, Ein, I need something similar yet legally distinct because...
The best kind of distinct.
Yes, because WB cracks
so hard down on that shit.
Oh my gosh, criminals killed your mom?
Well, no. I actually lost her to the Big C. But that backstory doesn't exactly strike fear into the hearts of criminals.
So, also a thing that we changed here. Videl's mom, I don't think, is dead in the original.
She never fucking shows up.
Yeah, it's implied that...
You think she'd be very curious about the fact that, after the events of this, that her husband is palling around with a big fat world destroyer.
Yeah. It was, I believe in an interview, I believe her name was Miguel. Mm-hmm. Miguel and Mr. Satan splits. In our version,
have her be dead because we never hear about her.
Yeah, we decided to anime mom her. That also played into the whole angle of her being the vigilante. We wanted she's got to have a dead parent, right?
Yeah, I lost my dad to the Big C too.
Oh, wow, I'm so sorry. Cancer's a bitch, huh?
Oh, no, I thought you meant Cell.
But didn't everyone mysteriously come back after he died?
Not everyone.
There are also the people on that island he blew up that drowned immediately after being revived.
Oh!
Did you say alien?
Who wants to learn how to fly?
You had to edit him in there, I know that.
Goten jumping in that shot is a complete edit. That was from another scene entirely, and it is seamless as fuck.
But it's adorable.
I'm proud. Yeah, it's a really cute shot.
The question everybody asks.
Look at you, Krillin. You've got hair.
And proof I had sex.
Okay, I'm gonna say outright, this scene makes no sense. There's no way Gohan never met.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
no, this was written specifically for these shorts to be like, oh, this is the first time he ever finds out her name. He would have known by now.
Yeah, they would have met. Gohan and Gohan keeps in touch with people. Yeah. He's not Piccolo
or Goku.
Yeah, but this is the easiest way to get to the obvious question.
Hello.
Aw, what's your name?
Marin.
So are we gonna talk about that, or...
Talk about what? It's my grandmother's name.
Talk about how great it is you can still have children.
Thank you?
You're welcome, goodbye.
You're right. It is funnier if we act like I don't know.
It's so weird for dub watchers to hear that Krillin's daughter's name is Marin after going through that filler arc where it is his ex-girlfriend's name.
Yep. By the way, do you know the pun there? Do you know why her name is even Marin?
I mean, I know it's another thing with chestnuts, right?
It's the French word for chestnut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Told ya.
I think this one has the most views by far as the shorts go.
Wait. What? So you're this massively powerful, half-human, half-alien super warrior.
I mean, saying that about myself feels a little conceited, but...
What I'm saying is, you can dodge bullets, much less any attack I throw at you.
Well, yeah, honestly. Why do you ask?
No reason.
You dodge attacks. You accept gifts.
I've seen that comment.
Yep. Also, the fact that she's into it really adds to that.
Get him out of the ring. I guess that's what I should expect from the son of Kakarot.
Baby shark.
We decided to lean into the Trunks actually does idolize his father a bit and have him refer to Goku as Kakarot.
Yeah, I really loved that angle. You're the one who actually kind of brought that up as an angle, and I was like, you know what? That would be perfect for our version of the character. Because in a lot of ways,
this Trunks trains with Vegeta. He's really trying to live up to him. When he goes Super Saiyan in front of Vegeta, it's like, ha, see, Dad, look how cool I am. Fuck you, boy!
Yeah.
Okay, how about we get a little spicier?
Oh, hey, Gohan, you taught him how to dodge. That's great.
Trunks, pull it up!
I had a couple of different takes from Ryan there, and I'm really, really glad that I went with that one. I initially picked one that...
He's panicked, oh shit!
Yeah, I initially, here's the funny thing. He did a couple takes, and he did that one, I'm like, okay, bring it down just a little bit. And then when we actually got to the scene, I'm like, no, actually, that was the right energy. That was the right energy.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean we can use pew-pews?
Pew-pews.
Of course we can, duh. Cool. Dude, you're not even saying it right. It's Kamehameha. Wait,
Wait, even if you say it wrong, it still works? Then why say it at all?
Because it sounds cool.
Does it though? Oh, come on, he knows I love him. You know I love you, the great Saiyaman.
Seriously though, who put that do-rag on him?
The look on Ross's face is like, of this bit.
In all my years of watching brutal violence unfold, this is without a doubt the most heinous, unnecessary savagery we've ever witnessed.
Oh, come on. This could be way worse. She still has all her vital organs.
All of them?
I have to do something. I can't let this continue.
No, Gohan. If you step in, you'll be disqualified.
Damn it! You're right.
Oh, God, my arm!
For real though, she's dying!
Yeah, so honestly, not too much to say about that scene other than like, yeah, that scene in the original
despicably brutal, and nobody is willing to stop it.
And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just show the over the top violence, and then just have everybody like just standing there watching.
I mean, Videl gets her hits in early, like she breaks the dude's neck,
which is always really interesting to me because it's like, if you do that in the ring, like because they're obvious. She was apparently going to be disqualified for that.
Yeah, I mean, there are obviously some rules.
But, like, it's obvious she wasn't planning on that. It's weird.
There's got to be, like, a waiver. Like, I mean, like, you know, if you die in the contest due to, like, overexertion or something, there's got to be something, but...
So, before we start on this one, by the way, we have Tom Shulk as Shin, and then we have Gianni Mazzagrano as Kibito. And they're perfect. I love them. They nail it perfectly.
My true identity is the Supreme Kai, or Kaioshin, but you may just call me Shin.
Huh. Are you above or below the Grand Kai? He had a thumb beard.
The Supreme Kai are the highest
I like the idea of
ranking
referencing
them all,
him.
actually.
He was one of my favorite Kais.
What about you? Are you also Supreme?
I do not speak to Mortys.
Mortys?
It means mortal, which is what he should be saying.
Okay, so this scene.
I was ready for this shit. I grabbed the fucking wheel. I'm like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, you actually came up with this joke a while ago.
Oh my God, it was forever. It was back when we started doing the, it was the second time we did the, the funny thing is, I know you're playing me. Because originally and I think I talked about this a bit in the episode commentaries, you wanted the second time he did the, the funny thing is, I know you're playing me, but you're right. To cut off at, the funny thing is, I know you're playing me, but I wanted to go with the rule of threes because I knew there was one more eventually that would work for it in terms of the rule of three. And here's where it comes up. Also had a lot of fun coming up with the, how do you define evil in a soul in the background conversation?
Yeah. So, what's with the M's on their heads?
That is the mark of the Majin. If Babidi finds any evil in your heart, he can use it to control you, turning you into his puppet.
Wait, any evil?
Yes.
Originally in the script, we wanted everybody to turn and look at Vegeta. What? But it just kind of killed the rest of the flow.
Also, there's just not footage for that.
Yeah. Also, this conversation actually happens earlier in the actual show when they're traveling to Babidi's ship. And it's funny because they're traveling with Vegeta and like everybody, that's when Krillin and Piccolo are still there. And it's like, wait a minute, evil? And they all look at Piccolo. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Vegeta's right there. I remember that from the dub.
Yeah.
Any evil. Even using your phone during a movie or leaving your shopping cart in a parking space.
Oh, that's super evil.
The cart return is like right there.
For real.
Hello, can I speak with a Vegeta?
Fuck are you?
Name's
Babidi.
Son of Babidi.
That's stupid.
Also, yeah, we decided to just go with me for Babidi. I'd been playing with that voice for a while. We don't really use a lot of stuff at the top of my register, so...
We don't.
No.
We don't do that.
No, not really.
Master Roshi.
Roshi isn't at the top of my register. He's around here.
Yeah.
Babidi's much more up here.
Right.
Well, I'm here to make you a proposition.
I'm listening.
Go on.
What about tipping? Because some places actually pay their employees, but others don't.
I mean, obviously then you tip at the places that don't.
But how do you know?
I love that expression.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Like, and there a lot of places will actually be like, hey, we pay living wages, you don't need a tip. Which, hey, honestly, if you do that, then
But now you have self-checkout things that are like, you want a tip? And I think it's just the fucking tech companies more than the institution itself at this point.
I will say, good on, if I have to give anything tech companies, which I loathe to do, the ability to just be like, hit 20%. Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Also,
of course, they take a cut of anything that is added through that. But.
Also, we should get rid of tipping. Pay people what they're fucking worth.
This is why I hunt my own food.
Come on, Vegeta. I can see it deep in your soul.
By the way, I want to note, a lot of people are like, wait, does he say hunt or hump? And I'm like, it's obviously hunt. Why would you?
Don't kink shame him.
I mean, I'm not saying it's completely outside the realm of possibility.
Goku loves food.
He loves food.
Let me give you what you want. All the power that you need to defeat Goku.
You know,
the funny thing is, I know you're playing me. Bam!
Wait, no! Don't tell me that Vegeta has confidence in his heart!
This bit. Oh
no! You just feel the excitement, and it was like, oh boy, here we go! It was a combination of he wants to fight Vegeta, and on the other side, it's like oh, you poor, poor summer child, you don't understand him.
It is. I love that because it is a combination of emotions into one laugh. I'm really proud of Lawrence.
Oh yeah, it's fucking great. He is phenomenal. This absolutely would have been an episode ender.
Oh, yeah.
Vegeta, wait!
Bye, those guys.
Stop it, Jinx. This isn't like you. You're not a bad guy.
Since when? When on this worthless earth did I ever become a quote-unquote good guy?
You were at Krillin's barbecue last week.
Yeah, and I brought potato salad.
He is truly lost to us.
Wait, no, you mustn't! This fight will only serve to hasten Majin Buu's awakening!
Oh yeah?
How strong is he?
Much stronger than any of you! No, I mean he can...
The hand obviously wasn't there. I am so glad. I believe that hand is from a completely separate episode. I believe that hand is actually from the fight between Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, entirely playing into the idea that fucking Saiyans, man.
Oh yeah.
Goku wants that smoke.
Mr. Shin, you are only making this worse.
You don't get it, man.
Fucking Mortys.
Oh, yeah, and also that's the first time. So we didn't censor any of these. Mm-hmm. We actually, I went back and forth on it, but I'll be completely honest with you. Well, I was happy to censor the original show because we were trying to make something that leaned more PG-13. At this point, the people who are watching this are largely adults.
I think the one that did it was this upcoming scene because you liked the way the uncensored sounded so much better, and you were just like, let's just do it for the rest of it.
Yeah. Honestly, the uncensored version was so much better, I couldn't do it. And yeah, that it basically influenced the rest of them. Because if I was doing the one, I might as well do the other.
I put a lot of fury into my voice for this one. You said, you sound absolutely indignant on this shit.
Yeah, it's real good. Also, speaking of the thumbnails, or returning to that, real proud of the composition on this one. I'm happy with that.
And I'm proud of the title.
The original one was Dying on a Leash, and then you're like, it's...
Let's go with Bad Man. The titles really didn't matter.
No.
So it's let's go with Bad Man Returns. Why not?
Vegeta, I don't understand. Why would you let Babidi do this?
You don't get it. How could you? You, who's never once questioned why he fights. You've always lived for yourself, trained for yourself. But once you were gone, I lost what drove me to be better. I lost my edge, and now I'm going to PTA meetings and Krillin's movie nights. Listen to me, Kakarot.
I'm using his fucking name!
But now I have a chance. A chance to finally fight you one-on-one. No outsiders, no interference, just you, me, and my victory. That's it?
Yeah, look, geez, I'm just here for the fight. You don't gotta justify it.
God, I missed you.
What's that?
I knew that's like how it had to go. I was like, God, I miss this so much. Vegeta has an actual affection for Goku. Like, there is something there. It's fucked up, but it's there. Also, not the best written scene, because it's like, why are you doing this? Tells him why. You don't have to tell me why. So it's legitimately like, we wanted to get to Vegeta's thing, but we needed Goku to say something to prompt him to say it after the fight. So
yeah, it's a little clunky, although most people don't really...
It's a common comment that I have seen on that one, though. Worth bringing up. Yeah, you're right. Could it have used a second pass? Maybe. Timetables?
Yeah.
But ultimately, very proud of the monologue. Very happy with how that went over. Like, this is some of my best Vegeta.
Also, in that scene, I used a piece of music that I will reuse later in a different way. Mm-hmm. And that was the scene. That was the music that was originally used in that scene. I actually tried to find music that fit better for that particular, like, back and forth. That had to be it. So when it came to the scene where I reused it, I had to get a different version, and I'll talk about that then. But that piece of music is iconic. That's also like a piece of music that I think first premiered in the BoJack movie, and it's one of my favorite pieces from the show. So
glad something came out of BoJack.
Finally, after all these years and all of my hard work, he's finally been set free!
My baby boy, Majin Buu!
By the way, I want to say this real quick because the music in the background just reminded me. I used so much music from all over Dragon Ball for this. I used dub music. I used original Z music. I used Kai music. I used game music from a bunch of the games. All of the music in this is all different kinds of Dragon Ball music. That, I believe, was
anything
actually...
that's not a custom track, anyway.
Yeah. And that was actually music from Super Butoden 3, an arranged version where they like used an actual orchestra to like redo the SNES game music.
Nice.
Yeah. I was very intent that I wanted to make sure that I used the full breadth of the music from Dragon Ball.
Buu kind of writes himself to a certain point.
A little bit. Just a little.
Though we did tone up his intelligence a bit.
So I don't really remember the original. Dabura, little help here.
Also, a question we get a lot is like, he's a clone? Like on
yeah. So, fun fact, because Toriyama loves his revisionism /
retroactive,
retconning. He loves to retcon. He loves, man, opens his mouth about it's all the interviews that he did and all the tankobon that came out afterwards, where he was like, 16 is based off Jiro's son, who died in a war. And then Lapis and Lazuli.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that just comes up after the fact that's never brought up in the show.
And one of them is that, so technically not necessarily a clone, more like... Babidi is basically to Bibidi what Piccolo is
kind of like a magical reincarnation.
Yeah. So... kind of a son,
sort of,
kind of a reincarnation, kind of a that's the idea.
Yeah.
And then
clone is the easiest way to say that.
Yeah, it's a deep cut. By the way, so Simon Robertson's Buu.
He's
so good.
We'll get to this later, but he has my favorite combinations of sound in all of these things that we made in one of these scenes, and I will point that out.
Yeah.
Also, who do we have for Dabura here? Are they credited?
Yes.
Some people go
Justice Washington is insane. Like both Simon Robertson and Justice Washington, phenomenal actors, absolutely stellar guys. They rocked this shit. Honestly. I am so happy I was able to work with both of them, because listen to Justice Washington.
Let me talk with him, Master.
Oh, it's like silk.
Ooh, are you new friend? You play games with Buu.
I am not here for games. I am the Demon King Dabura. Our master.
I'm always so jealous of people who can hit that bass and just like so casually.
Yeah.
Understood.
You play games with Buu.
What was that? Speak up, you pillowy pink preemie eye.
Oh boy!
Quick note, I was originally supposed to play Fat Buu. Because I ended up playing Super Buu later. And I won't lie, I'm gonna be real honest. I wanted to play a villain, and I was like, I could do the voice. I knew I could do Super Buu. It wasn't a question. I knew I could do it. So I was like, I just want to play Super Buu. That's the only character I'm gonna be like, I want that, and knew I could do it.
Yeah, originally my Buu was up here.
And honestly, Robertson nails
kills it. He kills it. It's so natural.
Yeah.
He makes it sound so natural.
Right? The moment I heard it, I was like, oh, this sounds just like, it doesn't even sound like you're putting on a voice.
There are certain people who can just like put on a voice and it comes out so naturally, so cleanly. A lot of that comes down with like practice and just being in that register and like really playing with it. But some people have like mastered certain areas of their vocal range to just such an amazing degree.
And Simon's got that. So, honestly, I was talking with Simon, and the man does the best impressions. It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to
the voice is an amazing, flexible thing. Like, I mean, I got my start doing impressions and just build your instrument any way you can.
Oh, there's the hand.
You
feel that?
Yeah. You're strong.
Guy just...
Wanna go see?
Yeah.
I do.
This is another one we had written for a while.
I do know you.
Shut up and give me a sensu bean.
You got it, best buddy. Too bad we couldn't finish our fight, though. I didn't even get a chance to whip out my new form.
There was an alternate to that I actually liked a little bit better. I didn't even get a chance to whip out my new form. Vegeta goes, I mean, you wouldn't believe the hair.
And honestly, the delivery on you wouldn't believe the hair. It was a good delivery. It's a good line. But for me, the reason that I wanted to do it like this, and I did pass it by a couple of people just to like make sure, because I always, whenever you disagree with me, I pass it by people first, because I'm like,
you make sure my opinion is in the minority before you say, you're wrong.
It's true. But it's true because I value your opinion very highly. So I need a bunch of people being like, to like side against it.
Yeah, the reason I like that version is just like, it shows Vegeta just being like, motherfucker, you weren't even taking me seriously.
But, and like my rebuttal to that is that Vegeta does not know in this scene and only finds out later and gets very mad about it.
Yeah, even though we don't.
Yeah, we don't cover that. But like, I also love the idea of Vegeta hears something coming, and because of his
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, I do not want to hear this. Whatever you're about to say, it's gonna piss me off, so I'm knocking your ass out.
Victory for Vegeta.
I had to finally laugh.
Master, I beseech you, look at this thing. It cannot be trusted or controlled. It is but a child.
Yes, Dabura, he is a child that must be nurtured and raised into a subservient, obedient little Dabura? Dabura, where did you go? Man, Toa's going to be really pissed at me. Who gives a shit? Bitch is barely canon.
The fucking chewing.
Yeah. I wanted to keep this one in there, despite the fact that it's really like it really only hits for people who have played the games.
Oh yeah,
because like Toa is like big underboob lady who is in that canon. It is Dabura's cousin or sister or something. Like they're related to Dabura. So like Babidi being like, oh shit, she's gonna be mad. Fuck her, she's not even canon.
Look, talking me into making deep cut jokes that only like a small percentage of the audience is going to get, it easy as pie. So easy.
Yeah.
You tell me, hey, well, maybe only 10% of people are going to get this joke, but the 10% who get it are going to point at the screen and go, oh, I got that! I want to make people soy. Okay? I do. Yeah. I want to. And so, yeah, I was like, yeah, Toa, let's.
I know, I'm selling blood to a vampire on that one.
Trunks, I'm going to
the most requested scene.
Oh yeah, by far.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Hug complete.
Boom.
Is it gonna be okay?
I'm a way better
than the Kakarot.
Way better.
Numakian, take the Kakatot and my son away from here.
Kakatot?
I had that planned for so fucking long. I made a tweet about that, like Christmas of like 2016 or something like that, like way back. It was like, if Vegeta's not calling Goten Kakatot, I have failed. So I'm like, I need that in there.
Yep.
And I'm glad so many people like that bit.
Fine. I've got nothing better to do in this.
Also, I'm 90% of this scene.
Yeah, I know, right?
Tell me.
I know how sad it feels all of the time.
When I die.
What, like in heaven? Because... No!
Okay, fuck you! But... fair.
Hey! Do not stop playing with you!
By the way, you can hear it in the background. This is a piano version of the song. Ein put this together. It is phenomenal. And honestly, I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I wanted to use the piano version because it is kind of more soft and subtle. But I felt like this scene of all scenes really deserved the full treatment.
Yeah, this would have been one of those episodes where this is where it ended and there would not have been a stinger at the end of it.
Yeah.
Squinty eyes on me, Bubble Yum. We're playing my game now. First rule, you fucking die!
Oh, Buu has played this game.
A lot of people love that bit.
He's cold.
It's cold.
6 years ago. So I'm gonna take a page out of Kakarot's book. I'm gonna hit you really hard! Hard enough to wipe every last bit of you from existence!
Existence? Existence is
But shallow question with no answer. We'll make you chicken nuggies!
Okay, there's one part of the joke that I'm a little bit sad that got cut. Originally, I was going to have a far shot of him going, Nuggies! 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 Didn't have the footage, had to cut that bit. For me, that was kind of the funniest part of the line.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It works.
This is farewell. Bulma. Trunks. And even you. Best buddy. Vegeta, no! Vegeta! Yeah!
Oh, I timed that really well.
Yeah.
I, like, no matter how many takes I did, I never felt satisfied with the scream. You had to tell me, shut up. This is...
No. Wait, are you talking about the Vegeta yes, or are you talking about the last one before, like, as it zooms out? Like,
both.
Yeah, no, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
This is the one that I knew I needed to put, like, the most into, and I was like, I can do fucking better. Like, I felt the real, like, inner Vegeta in me come. I was like, no, that wasn't enough. No, I can go further.
No, those were phenomenal. I loved those.
This is one that we had a bit of an argument about because I firmly believe that the best buddy bit isn't really earned there because Vegeta hasn't gone through his full character arc yet.
Yeah, there's also that. Like, so the best buddy, you felt like should have been reserved for you are number one. You know,
yeah, like the admitting that Goku is the best, which ultimately we didn't really end up covering.
Yeah.
So, you know, as is. But to me, Vegeta's journey isn't complete until he conquers his own pride.
Yeah.
Because that is his arc. His arc is overcoming that thing that has been holding him back, that thing that he believes is his pillar, but is actually his biggest weakness. His pride always makes him fail.
It is so fascinating to me that, like, the big character arc in the Buu Saga is Vegeta. Mm-hmm. I love that. I absolutely love that. I love the fact that, like, he's the one. Because in Cell, it's kind of a negative character arc that ends up with him finally, like, redeeming himself at the end. Where in the Buu Saga, it is a big, just absolute regression of his character, only for him to try and redeem himself. And then finally, at the very, very end, he comes around. And that is the first time in the entire series, I would say, the first actual time he is a good guy. Mm-hmm. Like, even...
Once he gets brought back by the dragons, like, haha, you're good.
Yeah, no, they even had to be like, no, you're good, buddy. What are you going to do now? It is one of the reasons that, yeah, I'm glad we got to do this. Because we at least got to, play with it a little bit.
Because, I mean, like, I look at Vegeta's character arc, and, like, that is his ultimate arc, is overcoming that pride, which is the thing that's been holding him back, which is always funny because that's the part, like, the pride angle of Vegeta is the part that people always look at as like, oh man, that's the best part of him. It's like, I don't think you narratively understand what's happening.
Yeah, no, like
every time he lets his pride take the wheel, he fucking face plants.
Every time somebody has a shirt with like Vegeta looking cool with a quote on it, I'm like,
there's a seat for me in hell. It's called the throne.
No.
So, you're new. I'm God. You can call me Dende, SKD, if you're feeling spicy. Welcome to Mikasa.
Oh, I'm Videl, daughter of Mr. Satan.
The devil in God's house. Gotta love it.
Yeah. I'm actually a friend of Gohan's.
You're Gohan's friend. A friend who just happens to be a girl. A girlfriend, if you would. With your nice, long, human legs and,
I'm glad he has all these facial expressions.
Yeah.
Well,
I imagine.
So many episodes. I used every single shot of Dende that exists in this show for this one scene!
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't say normal. That's got a lot of uncomfortable implications.
Speaking of, have you met Mr. Popo? Hi.
Oh my god! Are you allowed?
That part fucking killed.
Yeah, by the way, as one of the parts that actually is a deleted scene, the one at the end, that was originally in that scene. But
yeah, I it's still, to this day, like it better the other way, where Popo, like, just looks at her and is like, oh, I like this one.
For me, I felt like Are You Allowed was the stronger cutoff point.
It is ultimately the better punchline. I just like showing that Mr. Popo takes it in stride. It's like, oh, this one.
Also, and yeah, I'll be honest about this. The first moment that we get to see that Videl's a young woman, like a teenager. She's a little bit more progressive. So her first response to normal colored skin is, that we don't like to use the term normal.
And then Mr. Popo, who's an actual gollywog, is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, immediately like, okay, what?
First off, we got good old Super Saiyan. Everyone knows this one.
Wait, you seriously just put super at the beginning of it? That's kind of lazy if you ask me.
And this?
Oh, okay, yeah, just cut me off.
It's a Super Saiyan.
You don't look... I mean, is there a difference? I literally cannot tell.
By the way, I'm so glad. The whole Super Saiyan, Super Duper Saiyan, and what's to come.
Yeah.
This was a joke that we had in the chamber for forever.
Oh yeah, we kind of laid it up in like at episode 60. So.
Yeah, no, because we were at the time not 100% certain on Buu, so we're like, all right, we need to have that line there at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, but luckily we finally see it realized here.
There's little zappy zaps.
Little zappy zaps.
See?
I love Goku.
And this is to go even further beyond.
Here's Masako fucking obliterating the microphone.
We don't talk enough about how good he is.
Oh no, go ahead, Goku. Where's the last of the time you had there?
Whipping out your dick!
Really gotta show off.
Which, by the way, was not in the script, but as I was editing it, I'm like, I could really use a bit of a buffer
little more
here.
punch. And King Kai has just had it up to here with Goku. Oh, you motherfucker.
Honestly, it's one of my favorite King Kai lines of all time now, though. But yeah, no, Lawrence, oh my god, he went so hard on this.
He went further beyond.
Yeah, he really did. Also, yeah, we had to use that. Like, that's not accurate to the original. Don't care. It's iconic.
That line goes hard,
It
man.
goes hard.
I wonder how many people he killed by powering up.
Do you hear that?
I feel that.
I taste that.
What's that smell?
It's that voice break at the end of the scream that always makes it a real good power-up.
Which, by the way, I can't remember who said. I think it was actually Lawrence who said, like, "Hey, did you stitch two screams together?" I'm like, "No, dude, that's just you.
Yeah, it's just what you did.
You broke in the middle of it, and honestly, it sounds like fire."
That is such a clean look.
Oh yeah.
This is a Super
D-duper Saiyan.
I'm just going to call those Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's boring.
Ooh, very bored. We fight now?
Sure.
I love the woohoo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Simon killed on that. So our direction, we only get one scene with him doing the Super Saiyan 3 voice, which makes me a little bit sad.
Yeah.
The entire idea was give the voice, do the whole thing.
Give that little edge. Sound like you were just screaming for an hour.
But also keep the character.
Yeah.
It's drop the voice, keep the character. Don't try and sound cool. Just sound like you're, hey, now I'm Goku now.
Yeah. Now I'm here. I'm ready. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
It's party time.
Oh yeah. By the way, Tom Shulk plays both young Kai and old Kai perfectly, by the way.
Hey, Shin? I think your grandpa's here.
Excuse me, sir. Who are you?
What, are your eyeballs for show? Peep the suit, kiddo. I'm a Kaioshin.
Kaio what?
But how?
And why were you in the sea sword?
Before I answer that, can anyone here pop my back? I spent 75 million years sealed away in that son of a bitch. All because of that bingus named B.
Which is another retcon.
Yeah,
also.
another retcon.
Because originally he was like tricked by a witch or something like that.
No.
No, that's why he's old.
Yeah, that's why he has the earrings that fused him into basically an old Kai.
Yeah.
Which there's a whole.
There's a lot of shit there.
Wait a second. Who are they?
Them? They're from the mortal realm.
Oh my! What are Mortys doing on our planet?
Oh no.
Whoa! Look, it finally worked! They fused into... Actually, what do we call you?
You can call me the miraculous Trunk! Go!
Had a lot of fun with this bit. Having Goten and Trunks have a single first-person conversation with themselves as Gotenks trying to decide things.
Yeah. By the way, this scene was pure misery to edit.
I mean, you replaced the Super Saiyan hair with their actual hair in a shot coming up, right?
Yeah, in a shot coming up.
Right
there.
there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
which one am I going with? Well, I mean, Trunkton sounds weird, but Gotenks is like all Goten and a little Trunks. And I both know how this stacks.
I love that. I both know how this stacks.
Yeah. Better. Okay, then I'm going with Gotenks. But I owe me later.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on then. Do we use he, him, or they, them?
Why? He's not non-binary. Well, definitely not. There's two of them in there.
No, yeah, that's kind of my point.
You kids and your pronouns.
You can just say I'm him, cause I'm about to bust up Buu. Later!
Trumpton, wait!
Trumpton! All I'm saying is back in my day, a hole was a hole!
You're gross.
Accurate.
So, a lot of the shots with, a lot of the shots with Gotenks there are not an original shot. I had a lot of fun with that. And by fun, I mean...
a lot of work.
But yeah, I love that scene. Also, it has gotten a lot of really funny responses.
Oh, yeah.
Because we made a joke about pronouns. And,
and of course, that brings out the best people on the internet. The best.
Which, it's really funny because... like, the joke is so
simple. It's like there's two people combined into one.
Yeah, the joke is like the most basic, harmless possible joke you could have. And there were still people who got all, mad that we even mentioned pronouns in the first place.
Some people are, like, their skin is so fucking thin that if you say a word, it triggers them.
Which is really funny, considering the people who are complaining about it.
So fucking... it's almost like there's hypocrisy in the world, and it's universal.
But yeah, no, sorry, I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of that one joke. But
the comment section made a big deal about it.
Yeah, they sure fucking did.
The most innocent fucking pronoun shows you can make.
Yeah,
so fucking toothless. It's like
it's literally just about like, hey, yeah, there's two of
people.
Them in there.
What is it? They?
So
them,
yeah,
or?
are they them or is it him? And then
some fucking chuds out there. Just oh god, I don't.
Sorry,
I'm not sorry. Fuck those chuds.
Yeah.
The sitcom music, I love it.
Boo hungry. Boo eat doggy.
No, Boo. We do not eat dogs.
Boo confused. If humans eat cows and pigs, why do we eat dogs?
Because they're cute, domesticated, and functional.
So Sabres and Boo not eat you.
Yes.
Then Boo want DoorDash.
I loved this joke. I had so much fun with it.
Me too. I love joking about, especially like modern, what's it called?
Like delivery apps?
Delivery apps and whatnot. They, there's a term for it and it's escaping me, but it sucks. But also, for all the movements on Boo, I was like, he feels like a big guy and he's got that, like, he's a very rubbery fellow. So there's a lot of rubbery, like the sound of like squishing a balloon.
A lot of gummu no sounds.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, they're overpriced.
Uber Eats.
That's worse.
Postmates.
They're all bad, Boo.
And Boo eat driver.
I fucking love that. That delivery right there sent me. And it continues to. Then Boo eat driver. He sounds so indignant and I love it so much because
and I love how it returns.
Oh my god.
The fact that we returned with that. Oh.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't eat people no more. Use your magic and turn rocks into food.
Satan is genius. No eat people no more. Eat rocks instead.
Wait a second. Did I just save humanity? I did! I saved the world! Everything's gonna be fun.
The actual villain of the arc, by the way. Hunter just comes in and shoots his dog in front of him.
Not even a hunter. He's just a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he was out there to kill Boo, right? Something like that? Or was he just a criminal just doing his thing?
He was just like in the original scenes, because there were just these two dudes going around with guns. I
remember in the Toonami dub, they were there to kill Boo, like is what I remember.
Well, I mean, they showed up and they were planning on killing Boo. But like, there's an entire episode where they're just going around shooting random people.
Oh, jeez.
One of the darkest scenes in all of Dragon Ball is this old lady and her husband, like these two old people, just walking down holding groceries. Suddenly, you see her get shot. I think it's either he gets shot or she gets shot. Then you just get this faraway shot of like him running over to her, and then you see him pull the trigger, and then you just see him fall down. And then you slowly, he crawls over to his wife. And again, this is just from the far shot.
This is Dragon Ball.
Yeah, of him crawling over to his wife, holding his hand out, and then dying.
Jesus.
It's so dark!
I haven't seen that scene.
Yeah, it's basically to show that after the world goes to hell, there are just people out there who are going to take advantage of that.
Just be purge people.
Yeah. And so, yeah, they try to pull that shit with Boo, and then they get horribly murdered for it.
Yeah, that was the one where like Boo liquefies, goes into them, and explodes them, right?
Yeah, the first guy I can't remember how he dies, but yeah, the second one gets. I think the first one just gets blown away, and then the fucking Watson looking dude just gets blown up from the inside.
This is a scene we didn't know we were going to cover until we came up with the angle that we went with for it.
By the way, everybody who recognized the Dokkan music, I told you, I used music from everywhere.
Hey!
Wait, Uncle Nappa!
Hey kids, how's it hanging?
What are you doing here?
Yeah, so I was having a stroke in my trailer and it did not end well.
Our condolences?
It's my fault. Shouldn't have made that extra notch in the belt.
I don't get it.
Ask Trunks' dad.
But he's dead.
Fuck am I doing here? Oh no.
Vegeta!
Had to go that way. Had to go that way.
So people are like, wait, so he can actually summon ghosts? Yes.
Sure,
you know
why
what?
not?
Sure, why not? Why not? Yes. Yes, he can actually summon
Speaking,
ghosts.
they shall appear.
Yep.
Nappa just doesn't respect the afterlife rules.
Nope.
Also, speaking of jokes that were planted a long time ago.
Yeah,
this was the fruition of the joke. It's like, okay, we have to have that scene. We don't really have an actual joke for the scene, but we need to do this one. Also, Gohan's anger. Very fitting for this bit.
Yeah. I actually just took the bit from the original song.
What's wrong, little boy? Do you need an adult?
No. I am an adult.
That was the closest Gohan ever came to peaking after Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah.
Never quite reached the Super Saiyan 2 levels in terms of badassery, but goddamn, I love that bit.
I do love the juxtaposition here, though.
Yeah, just immediate.
So, okay, this whole scene is something like I'd wanted to do since, I'd say like middle of the Cell Saga when I was thinking about the Buu stuff. Having, like, his body is basically just like
a bunch of different people and fluid, yeah.
Yeah, so he could do whatever he wants with it. Like, and there was a part of me that was like, wait, can he just like make stuff appear in his body? Like, if he can rearrange his face, can he make a mouth?
Yeah, so let's just let's psychologically torment Gohan. Even though Chi-Chi, it doesn't make sense for her to be in there because he steps on that egg.
No, he steps on that egg. Look, shut up.
We don't show that part. You don't know how it happened in our version.
Listen to them, child. The voices of those you failed to save. Go on. I can see what he sees.
Such a cool look.
I can feel what he feels.
What's going on? Was I an egg? Where am I?
DoorDash for a Mr. Ba?
Oops, ignore that one.
We were looking for a punchline on that one, and then I threw in the DoorDash driver. Just like, there we go.
A+, no notes.
Oh good, another fusion. So what are you then?
We are a warrior, born of the Patara. A combination of Vegeta and
Go-Karat.
Huh, that was weird.
Why can't we say go?
Go! You really got to give it to Stefan, by the way. Stefan did the lip flaps for this one, and they are perfect for these shots. And the eyes. Like, all the expression stuff from Vegito.
And a couple of people noticed this particular juxtaposition is that since Goten and Trunks were actually in sync when they were doing the fusion, and this is more of like a forced combination, they referred, Vegito refers to themselves as we. Like, they still believe they're separate people in there. And Goten and Trunks refer to themselves, like, Gotenks refers to themselves as I. And this is another joke we had for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Vegeta refuses to say Goku's Earth name.
Yeah, this was, oh my god, this was like one of the first fusion jokes we ever came up with, actually.
Also, talking about, like, the process of recording the fusion stuff, the way we did that is I went in and I recorded Vegeta's bits, where I tried to play up both, like, keep that Vegeta energy, but then Goku-fy it a bit. Like, so you'll notice that if you're just listening to, like, one voice or the other, in terms of Vegeta, he sounds a little bit more lackadaisical and a bit happier.
We're a warrior born of the Patara. A combination of Vegeta and Go-Karat. Huh, that was weird. Why can't we say go? Go!
It's a fun little process where you're trying to take aspects of another character and add it into a voice that you'd been doing for a while.
It's also sort of interesting because in certain parts of the line, I actually mix them a little bit differently. On some lines, Vegeta comes through a little bit more. On other lines, Goku comes through a little bit more.
Yeah, depending on what the mood is, like what the tone is of the line.
Yep.
And so I'd go in and I'd record that bit, and then Masako would match my tempo.
Yes.
And did it like a goddamn champ.
Oh yeah, very good.
Are you two, are you alright?
Sir, we are talking to ourselves. Vegeta and Go. Vegeta and Go! Whatever!
Won't let him do it.
Just call us Vegito.
And son, go fuck yourself!
Are we going to...
Sir!
I will fight you in a minute! Call back to Raccoon.
By the way, I loved playing Super Buu, and I wish I could have played it more. I actually wrote a scene that I'm a little bit sad we never got to do for the human eradication. It was dark, and it was going to elaborate a little bit more on the fact that Buu is an elder fucking creature.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Now we get on to my favorite version of Buu, which is the chaotic madness that is Kid Buu.
So he's definitely still stronger than the both of us, right?
And almost as dumb.
Got any ideas?
Well, your oldest brat's still stronger, so where's he?
On Earth. So, dead.
What? Then who did you grab?
Hey.
Are you kidding me, Kakarot?
I had to grab Dende, come on.
The magic man I get, but why that oaf?
You know, I can hear you.
I hope you can.
Look, I panicked and I grabbed the Dragon Balls, okay?
Oh, so that's how you see me.
Well, great. We have Dragon Balls. Now we just have to live long enough to use them.
By the way, like the whole drumming his chest thing was something that was edited in post, and I loved doing the edit on that one because I had to add like the blur effect on the hands, and
yeah, he's just out. He's just back there vibing.
Yeah, he's vibing.
His thing.
Oh come on! I'm sure it'll be.
Okay, so
great face.
This is where the shot actually changes. The what's it called?
The tentacle.
The tentacle coming around was edited over. And I was so happy with that.
Oh yeah, it came together.
Yeah, it looks it's seamless.
Yoinking him off stage like a vaudevillian cane.
Right?
The Doppler effect on that was really good.
Your daughter's a man-stealing whore.
Just like her mother.
The implication being
go ahead.
Yeah, the implication being that Satan's wife stole him from somebody.
Ah, I remember. Genetics are strong in that one.
Vegeta, I think I got an idea.
Is it you should have saved your son?
No, I think I have a plan to beat Buu.
Was it saving your son?
At this point, the Earth has been brought back. Or wait, no, not yet. Earth hasn't been brought back yet.
No, but yeah, no, you're like, they had to come up with the excuse of they had no energy to teleport, which, okay.
Couldn't go grab Gohan, who is still statistically the strongest person in existence at the moment.
Some people will argue this point. I don't know how you do.
Yeah,
I do not know how you argue that Gohan at this point couldn't beat Kid Buu.
Like, there are so many people out, like, it's weird that some people think Kid Buu is the strongest version. No, he's the most dangerous version because he's willing to do shit that the other Boos wouldn't even think of because Kid Buu doesn't think. But, like, other than Fat Buu having, like, weird Kai-based limitations in him, probably the weakest of all of them. It's just the fact that he's unpredictable and uses his body in ways that people wouldn't expect. But I love Vegeta putting the respect on Gohan here, because Vegeta knows!
Yeah, no, at this point, Vegeta knows.
Vegeta knew since Cell! It's like, okay, fuck it. The kid's strong.
Yep.
Damn it.
Listen!
I'm gonna use the Spirit Bomb.
No!
Why? Give me one reason!
I'll give you 3. You used it on me.
Didn't work.
By the way, the 3 there... don't ask how that edit happened. It was a lot.
Yeah.
You
used it on Frieza. Didn't work! And you didn't even bother using it against Cell!
Well, yeah, because I knew it wouldn't work.
But it will this
You motherfucker! You motherfucker!
Fine. But if this doesn't work, I will kill you.
If this doesn't work, Buu will kill you.
And I will drag you to hell with me.
Deal.
Guys, I need more energy. Someone talk to him. I'm busy bombing.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
Not bad idea. Red flag.
What the fuck? Put down your trash food, turn off your shit television, and get on with it. Matter for once in your meaningless, little, insignificant, worthless human lives.
You know what?
I think I did 2 takes of that.
I'm taking my energy back. Yeah.
Fuck this guy. We brought it back! Thank you, Grant. Nobody gives energy after Vegeta talks.
Right?
Which we had to subvert with.
Vegeta, stop the cheating! You're making it worse!
Don't you verb me!
Stop! You're doing it all wrong. Let me take a swing at this.
You think you can give a better speech than royalty?
Please, I've been conning these suckers for years.
Oh,
wait,
shit.
They didn't hear that, did they?
No.
Good. Gotta keep that gas lit.
I love that line.
All right.
Gotta keep that gas lit.
People lovers!
Wait, is that Mr. Satan?
We love you, Satan!
Whoever that is, I love that tone in her voice.
Oh, that's Katie. That's who does
Katie?
that.
Awesome.
I swear to God, I'd let that planet burn if it wasn't where I kept all my stuff.
What about your wife and kids?
I said my stuff!
Hey, problem. It's still not enough.
This is another one we had planned for a while.
Hey, you should
Oh, yeah.
probably, you know.
Oh, all right. But only one hand.
Holy shit!
Only time Goku swears in the entire series.
Big swear.
Okay, only time he four-letter S, like, only time he says shit!
Yeah.
This joke we had to make, since,
Yeah.
like, some people that, I watch a lot of, like, reaction content to our stuff. Some people who never watched Buu don't understand that the end of Z takes place after Super. So
Yeah.
we was like, okay, we're gonna cover that bit. Let's just mention Super in all the places.
Yep.
Oh my, it's been so long. 10 years, right?
What are you talking about? I saw you barely over a year ago because of that Black Frieza nonsense.
Oh, right. Remember when I was black? Well, that was weird.
I dyed my hair for a bit.
And I stopped looking exactly like my dad.
Was that before or after we met Broly?
Which one?
The good one.
Oh, after.
Huh.
Technically after
Whatever happened
both.
to Beerus?
I think he's napping again.
And then there was Jiren. Remember Jiren?
Yep.
So did you guys ever beat Frieza?
Probably.
Now let's take Pan to our first world tournament before GT ruins her.
Yay!
Which is
fucking
very
GT.
funny considering.
Fucking GT.
Right? Right? A lot of people were complaining about the fact that, oh, GT doesn't ruin her. You know what? I disagree.
And we have good reason to disagree.
Because next week,
we're starting on
the GTFS full watch-through of Dragon Ball GT.
Motherfucker, you actually talked me into it. This is a good way to announce it, though. Tune in next week, because we step into the Grand Tour and take a look at Dragon Ball GT. We're recording this like we've got like stuff. We've been watching it.
Oh yeah, we've been watching. We've been watching, and let me tell you, they're actually more positive than you think.
I'm not gonna sell it short. Fucking tune in and watch me suffer. That's all I'll say.
And if you're a fan of Dragon Ball GT, you might actually find like some more insightful and like mature commentary on it. Also, yeah, no, I'm sorry, Pan is better here than she.
She absolutely is. Yeah. Like there's no debating that.
Yeah.
But there was a part of me when we were scripting that last bit for that chunk, I kind of wanted to fan theorize how they're going to beat Frieza. And just like throw it in there and be like, ha! We did predict it! Fuck you!
Yeah.
My theory? Goku and Vegeta are going to fuse, and you're going to have like purple hair, white hair, another action figure to sell.
Oh, good.
You're going to have Ultra Ego Instinct Vegito or Gogeta.
Play the video.
Calling it here. Just if it happens.
All oofed up and ready to go.
So you're saying you're only here because your family's poor and you need the money?
Which, by the way, this just should go to show you the range on Mr. Robertson. This is him too.
Mm-hmm.
I got I wanted the person who played Buu also to play Oob, and he's perfect. Yeah. He's so perfect. He's so good.
Yes, I spent all our remaining money on a plane ticket here. Please let me win or we are literally going to die.
What I'm hearing is I need to abandon my life at home and spend the next couple of years
training you how to punch what good.
My mother has not eaten in days.
Bulma?
Already on it. They will never know hardship again.
Man, I'm glad all the people with money use it for good.
It's so nice that they do that.
Chi-Chi, I know this is probably tough to hear, but...
Oh no, it's cool.
Have fun.
Really?
Of course, we've had you home for a decade now.
If anything, little much.
Well, you heard him. Come on, Boo.
Oob.
Boob. Last line in the show.
Last line of all the Dragon Ball Z Abridged is just boob.
Boob.
And yeah, that's what the ending would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why's Trunks there?
Because it was all the pre-Buu stuff.
Weird.
Yeah, I know.
Here are a couple of alternate scenes.
Okay, how about we get a little spicier?
Oh, this one's not moving. My eyes are so used to tracking left to right now.
Well, guess we should grab the radar.
Whoopsies.
I'm sorry. What does that M stand for again?
Mine.
Yes, this is it. The fight I've been waiting for all these years. Exactly what I expect from you, Kakarot.
Fun fact. That's just me improving because you wanted to do this scene.
Yeah.
I just went in there, I was like, okay, what the fuck would Vegeta say? This. Done.
Yeah.
Daddy
Shark Daddy Shark
This is farewell.
This is more along the lines of how I would have done this scene.
Yeah.
And even you, best buddy. Nope, still hate it.
Vegeta, no! Vegeta!
And so, the narrator came back to tell you that Vegeta fucking died. See, the reason, I wanted the narrator to be a part of it. Maybe it wouldn't have been like that in the actual show, and I probably wouldn't have used the best buddy part at all. Probably would have said something like, and even you fucking asshole, or something like that. But to me, while watching the show, a big part of that scene was actually the narrator, like his whole bit of like, his name was Vegeta, something, which is why that's the title of that clip. That's the part that kind of like stuck with me from childhood. So I was like, you know, the cheap and other way to do it was like, and so the narrator came back to tell you that Vegeta fucking died. So that's all the narrator's job was there.
You know, speaking of, have you met Mr. Popo?
Hi.
Oh my god, are you allowed?
Oh, I like this one.
Oh my god, just steal all my men, why don't you?
The voices of those you failed to save.
And this is one you just kind of threw in because I didn't even know we were doing this one. Yeah.
What's going on? Was I an egg? Where am I?
Oh my god, where am I? Am I inside Majin Buu?
Oh, this is so weird.
Oh, hey, Gohan! How's it hanging, girl? Oh, wow, he is
choking the shit out of you.
Goddamn.
You know who I bet can help us right now? The great Saiyaman! Oh, I'm sorry, it's a terrible joke. Oh, don't worry though, Boo. He knows I love him. Gohan, you know I...
The oop sells that. Hey, that's me.
This, oh my god, cutting out Gohan took way, way, way too long.
Yeah, that is the Buu Bits. The James Bond fan in me expected him to turn to the side of the gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buu Bits.
The boobs.
The boobs.
The boobs.
Gotta love boobs.
You are a boob man.
I am. I absolutely am.
Honestly, that was a lot of fun to go back through.
It was. I mean, I know it was like much more recent, so honestly, we were able to speak on things with a bit more authority since we actually have memory of earlier last year as opposed to 15 years ago when we started the project.
You know, I never said this, but watching through Taka remembers way more than we did.
Sometimes his mind is like a steel trap. Other times I think he remembers something certain ways that I remember them differently, but I mean, that's just memory.
Mind.
Yeah. But just it was a surreal experience being able to kind of put a capper on all this. Again, like the spiritual successor of the show is in the shorts and in Hiffle.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of how we would have dealt with many of the Buu things.
We didn't do it, but if we did...
That's Buu.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more there really is to say about it. We've been here for about an hour talking about this.
Probably.
So yeah.
But hey, if you're looking for our take on GT...
Next week
as we start our grand tour.
Grand tour.
Dragon Ball GT.